There's a silent battle each day, one that begins before the world even notices you're awake. It is not waged in boardrooms, gyms, or crowded streets. No, it begins in the quiet of the morning, the moment you open your eyes. Your morning decides. It decides not only how your day unfolds, but how your life is shaped. Every towering success was once a single day conquered at dawn, and every failure, though often blamed on fate, began with a decision or lack of one in those first waking minutes. Let me ask you, what do you feed your mind before the world feeds you distractions? Do you command your thoughts, or do you scroll through someone else's agenda? Do you rise with purpose, or do you snooze on your potential? The first hour of your day is the golden hour of your mind. It is when your subconscious is most open to suggestion, when belief can be shaped and momentum can be forged. Speak power into your day, and it will echo back in results. Those who lead the world are not led by alarms. They are led by desire, by discipline, by a mission that burns brighter than the sun rising outside their window. They do not wait for motivation, they create it. They understand that a morning spent in stillness, gratitude, goal setting, or study sharpens their edge, and in this world, an edge is everything. You may not control every moment of your day, but you do control how you start it, and how you start anything determines how you finish everything. So wake with intention, rise with resolve. The world does not shape your day. You do. Because in the end, your morning doesn't just decide how you feel, it decides who you become. Thank you. There is a hidden power most people never tap into, a force available to every man and woman, regardless of status, age, or background. It is the early morning, the first hour of the day when the world is still silent and your thoughts are untouched by the noise of others. It is in that sacred space that greatness begins to form. The truth is simple, yet often overlooked. Your morning decides everything. And at the heart of it all is one idea: definiteness of purpose. Without a definite purpose, a morning is easily squandered. The bed feels warmer, the mind drifts, and time slips through your fingers. But when you rise with a clear objective, when your feet hit the floor, driven by something more than routine or obligation, you awaken a force far greater than willpower. You awaken intention. And intention, when coupled with clarity, becomes power. Every achievement that has shaped the world began with a person who understood the value of purpose, and they planted it in the soil of their morning. Think of the mind as a garden. In the morning, that garden is fresh, undisturbed by the storms of the day. This is when it is most fertile for planting the seeds of thought, belief, and action. When you wake up and consciously focus your mind on what you intend to do, become, or create, you engage a mental force that begins to shape circumstances in your favor. The moment you start your day without direction, you allow chance to run your life. But when you start with definiteness of purpose, you set into motion a pattern that leads to productivity, clarity, and achievement. There is no secret more powerful than this. The human mind, charged with a clear purpose, begins to attract the people, ideas, and situations necessary to fulfill that purpose. And this attraction is strongest when it begins early, before the noise of the world dilutes your thoughts. That is why the most successful individuals in any field guard their mornings like sacred ground. They understand that this is their time to align with their goals, to visualize the future, and to lock in on what must be done, not merely react to what others demand. Purpose is not something you discover by accident. It is something you decide, and you decide it anew each day, beginning in the morning. When you wake up with your goals in front of you, written, spoken aloud, or visualized, you tell the mind where to go, and what the mind focuses on, it expands. That first hour becomes a launching pad for the rest of the day. Your energy, your discipline, your focus all come into alignment with that purpose. Without purpose, the day becomes scattered. You check boxes but make no real progress. You move, but you don't advance. But with purpose, every action takes on meaning. Every moment becomes a building block in the direction of your vision. It begins with one decision: to rise with intention, to declare what matters, and to act in line with that decision, starting from the very first minute of the day. Do not underestimate the importance of that initial hour. It is not just the beginning of your day, it is the foundation of your identity. The person you become tomorrow is shaped by what you choose to focus on today, and that choice begins the moment you wake. The quality of your life will never rise above the quality of your mornings, and the quality of your mornings is defined by one thing: definiteness of purpose. There is a universal principle at work in every successful life, a law that governs not just actions, but the very fabric of thought itself. This is the law of mental dominance, a principle so powerful that mastering it can change the course of your entire existence. It states simply this: the mind that rules itself in the morning rules the day, the week, and ultimately the life. Before any external challenge arises, before the demands of the world press down upon you, the first battle is won or lost in your own mind. Your morning is the arena where mental dominance is claimed or surrendered. Every thought you allow to take hold when you wake has the potential to become a commanding force. If you let fear, doubt, or distraction creep in early, you hand over control to forces outside your control. But if you consciously choose to dominate your mind, to govern it with purpose and discipline, you establish a foundation of control that no external circumstance can easily shake. The mind, once mastered, becomes a tool of unprecedented power, shaping your reality rather than reacting to it. Imagine the mind as a kingdom, with your consciousness as the ruler. In the early morning hours when the mind is most pliable, your consciousness either asserts its rule firmly or allows invaders, negative thoughts, procrastination, indecision to infiltrate and take hold. Mental dominance means standing guard at this gate, recognizing that your thoughts set the tone for your emotions, decisions, and actions. Those who dominate their minds at dawn can withstand the chaos of the day because they have already claimed victory internally. This law reveals why so many people feel overwhelmed, distracted, or defeated before their day has truly begun. They wake with no plan, no mental discipline, no control over the flood of thoughts that surge through their minds. Without mental dominance, the day becomes a reaction to circumstance rather than a reflection of your power. But when you make a habit of commanding your mind first thing in the morning through focused thought, visualization, or affirmations, you build a fortress of calm and clarity that carries you through every challenge. Mental dominance is not about suppressing thoughts, but about choosing which thoughts to nurture and which to discard. It is about feeding your mind only what serves your highest purpose and starves out distractions that drain your energy and resolve. This process begins with deliberate intention in the morning, where the mind is most receptive and least cluttered. Those who understand this law do not wait for motivation or inspiration to strike randomly throughout the day. They create it themselves by conquering their minds first thing, shaping their mental landscape so thoroughly that nothing can easily dislodge their focus or determination. When you dominate your mind at the start of the day, you declare that you are the master of your thoughts, the commander of your actions, and the architect of your destiny. In this way, the law of mental dominance is a gateway to all achievement. Control your mind when it is fresh and undistracted, and you control the direction of your life. Lose control and you surrender to the whims of circumstance and habit. Every morning gives you the chance to either seize control or lose it, and this choice repeats endlessly until mental dominance becomes your natural state. Your ability to command your mind at the break of day will decide whether you lead or follow, whether you build or break down, whether you rise or fall. This is the law that governs success in every field, every endeavor, and every moment of life itself. There is a hidden strength in the simple, repeated actions we perform every day, a power so profound that it often goes unnoticed by those chasing quick results or instant gratification. This strength is found in routine. Routine builds power. It is the steady, deliberate practice of habits formed over time that transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. Your morning routine, in particular, is the engine that drives your potential forward, shaping your mindset, your energy, and ultimately your destiny. When you commit to a routine, you remove the chaos of indecision from your day. You no longer waste precious mental energy on wondering what to do next, or whether to begin at all. Instead, your actions become automatic, fueled by momentum built from countless repetitions. This momentum is the force that propels you beyond obstacles and fatigue, allowing you to move steadily toward your goals without being derailed by distractions or wavering resolve. Consider the power of small habits compounded over time. A few minutes spent each morning reading a page of inspiring text, writing down your goals, or engaging in physical movement may seem insignificant on its own. But repeated daily, these acts accumulate into an unstoppable wave of progress. Each morning becomes a brick laid in the foundation of your success. This foundation, sturdy and unshakable, supports the towering achievements you envision. Routine is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. Without it, the best laid plans remain dreams, and motivation becomes fleeting. Routine forces you to show up, to take action regardless of how you feel. It instills discipline, that vital ingredient separating those who merely wish for success from those who claim it. Through routine, your mind and body learn to expect and embrace the tasks necessary for growth, even when faced with resistance or fatigue. The power of routine is also found in its ability to create consistency. Consistency breeds confidence. When you see yourself following through day after day, you build trust in your own ability. This trust fuels further effort, creating a positive feedback loop that elevates your performance and resilience. Without routine, confidence wavers because effort is sporadic and unreliable. Many successful people across history have understood this truth intuitively. They crafted morning rituals not out of mere habit, but out of respect for the power routine offers. They recognize that the mind is more focused, the body more energetic, and the spirit more determined when the day begins with structure and purpose. This structure provides a safe harbor amid the unpredictability of life, anchoring your actions to a steady course. Routine, when properly designed, becomes your ally in mastering yourself. It transforms intention into habit, and habit into character. It allows you to channel your energy efficiently and directs your willpower toward meaningful progress. The morning routine is not a mundane checklist. It is a carefully constructed strategy for success, a daily declaration that you control your life, not the other way around. To build this power, your routine must be deliberate, focused, and aligned with your goals. It should prime your mind for achievement, ignite your motivation, and prepare your body to perform at its best. This might mean dedicating time to meditation, exercise, planning, or learning. Whatever the elements, the key is consistency and purpose. Through this daily repetition, you develop an inner strength that no external circumstance can easily shake. In essence, routine is the silent force behind all lasting success. It does not make grand promises, but it delivers results, steady, reliable, and unstoppable results. It builds power by forging discipline, creating momentum, and nurturing confidence. Your mornings structured by powerful routines become the foundation from which greatness grows. There is a remarkable truth about the human mind that many fail to recognize. The moment just after waking is a gateway to influence your deepest beliefs and shape your future. This is the time when autosuggestion, the practice of deliberately feeding your subconscious mind with purposeful thoughts, is at its strongest. At dawn, your mind is most receptive, most open to new ideas, and least burdened by the noise and skepticism that build up as the day progresses. This is why the thoughts and affirmations you plant in the early morning can grow to dominate your mindset and actions. Autosuggestion is not mere wishful thinking or empty repetition. It is a powerful tool that leverages the natural condition of your mind when it is still in a semi-hypnotic state, freshly emerged from sleep. During this time, the subconscious mind is like soft clay, ready to be molded by the thoughts you impress upon it. If you consciously repeat positive, focused, and purposeful statements, affirmations about who you are, what you can achieve, and the goals you are committed to, these ideas begin to take root deep within you. The power of autosuggestion at dawn is amplified by the clarity and calmness of the morning mind. When distractions are few and your mental defenses are low, you can replace old limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. This quiet moment becomes a battleground where you choose to reinforce confidence instead of doubt, courage instead of fear, success instead of failure. Over time, these repeated mental impressions shape your subconscious expectations, which in turn influence your behavior, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. Most people neglect this sacred opportunity. They rush out of bed and immediately fill their minds with external noise, news, social media, worries, or random thoughts. This chaotic input leaves little room for deliberate autosuggestion, and the subconscious mind defaults to old patterns, doubts, or fears. But those who understand the power of autosuggestion harness the morning hours for deliberate mental conditioning, turning their minds into allies rather than obstacles. The results of this practice are profound. By affirming your goals, your abilities, and your values consistently in the morning, you program your subconscious to work tirelessly in your favor. The subconscious, which controls much of your behavior automatically, will seek opportunities aligned with your suggestions and dismiss distractions that do not serve your purpose. This alignment between conscious intention and subconscious belief is the foundation of true success. It is important to realize that autosuggestion is not a one-time magic spell. Like any powerful tool, it requires discipline, repetition, and faith. The strength of the suggestions you plant grows with each morning session, building a reservoir of belief and motivation that sustains you through challenges and setbacks. The mind becomes conditioned to think, feel, and act in harmony with your aspirations because you have nurtured those thoughts at the moment when your mind is most malleable. In effect, autosuggestion at dawn is the art of self-programming. It is the conscious act of speaking to your inner self, whispering words of power and purpose before the world demands your attention. By mastering this practice, you harness one of the most potent forces available to you, the ability to shape your inner world, and through it, your external reality. The morning is a blank slate, an opportunity to rewrite the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you can achieve. When you commit to feeding your mind with positive auto-suggestions each day, you become the architect of your own mind and the master of your own fate. This practice turns ordinary mornings into a powerful launch pad for extraordinary success. Every day, the world presents you with countless challenges, interruptions, and demands. What separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely drift through life is not the absence of obstacles, but the way they respond to them. At the core of this difference lies a simple truth. You either set the tone for your day, or you react to the tone set by external circumstances. Your morning is the decisive moment when this choice is made, often without conscious awareness. Will you command your day with intention, or surrender control and become a passenger in the tide of events? The tone of your day is like the key signature of a song. It determines the rhythm, the mood, and the direction of everything that follows. If you wake up and allow your mind to be invaded by worry, distraction, or negativity, you hand over the baton to forces outside yourself. The day then unfolds according to circumstances you did not choose, and often cannot control. You become reactive, responding to emails, texts, traffic, or other people's moods, rather than proactive. This reactive stance drains your energy and diminishes your effectiveness because you are perpetually trying to catch up rather than leading. On the other hand, when you deliberately set the tone of your morning, you assert mastery over your mental state. You decide the attitude, the energy, and the focus that will carry you through. This does not mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it means acknowledging what is while choosing to meet it from a place of strength and purpose. By setting your tone, you prepare your mind to face challenges with calm, clarity, and confidence. You establish a mental atmosphere that attracts solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of obstacles. This choice to set the tone or react to it is available to you every morning, often before you even get out of bed. The very first thought you allow to take root has the power to color your entire day. If your first thought is a complaint or a worry, the tone of your day is set in conflict and resistance. But if your first thought is one of gratitude, determination, or affirmation, you lay down a foundation of positivity and control. Setting the tone also means taking responsibility for your emotions and reactions. It means refusing to blame external events or other people for how you feel or act. This is a hallmark of personal power, the recognition that while you cannot always control what happens, you can control how you respond. When you master this, you transform your mornings into a command center for your life. You shift from being at the mercy of circumstance to being the captain of your ship. It's important to understand that setting the tone is not a one-time event, but a daily practice. Life's uncertainties and stresses will try to derail you repeatedly, but by anchoring yourself each morning with intention, you develop resilience and consistency. Over time, this practice rewires your mental habits, making it easier to maintain control even in difficult situations. Those who rise early and take time to center themselves, to visualize success, or to recite their goals are not simply engaging in routine. They are setting the tone for a day of achievement. They recognize that tone is contagious. When you lead your day with energy and focus, you influence everyone around you and open doors to opportunity. In essence, your mornings present a choice to be the author of your experience or its subject. This choice repeats every day and accumulates over a lifetime. When you understand that you set the tone, you claim the power to shape not only your day but the trajectory of your entire life. The alternative, reacting passively to the noise and chaos, is a surrender of that power and a guarantee that you will forever live at the mercy of circumstance. There is an invisible force at work in the universe, one that draws people, circumstances, and possibilities toward those who possess it. That force is energy, the kind of energy that comes not just from physical vitality but from mental focus, emotional enthusiasm, and a clear sense of purpose. Energy attracts opportunity. It is a magnetic quality that transforms potential into reality, opening doors and creating pathways where none seemed to exist before. Your morning holds the key to harnessing this power, because it is the time when your energy reserves are freshest, your mind is clearest, and your spirit is most willing to act. When you wake with energy, an inner fire fueled by passion and readiness, you become a beacon for opportunity. People notice your enthusiasm and circumstances seem to align in your favor. This energy is not dependent on luck or external validation. It is generated from within, sparked by the choices you make the moment you rise. How you start your morning determines whether you begin the day depleted and sluggish or charged and unstoppable. The law of attraction is real in this sense. Energy begets energy. When you bring high energy into a situation, you naturally invite collaboration, innovation, and progress. Conversely, when your energy is low, you repel possibilities and drain the momentum of those around you. This is why successful individuals guard their mornings carefully. They understand that by cultivating their energy early through exercise, meditation, positive affirmations, or focused planning, they set themselves up to seize opportunities that others miss. Energy also fuels clarity of thought and decisiveness. A mind energized by purpose is quick to recognize favorable circumstances and bold enough to act on them. Without energy, hesitation and doubt creep in, and opportunities slip away unnoticed. Your morning energy becomes the engine that drives your attention and effort, turning mere ideas into action and action into achievement. Moreover, energy attracts more than just external opportunities. It also invites internal growth. When you nurture your energy each morning, you reinforce habits of discipline and resilience. This builds confidence, which in turn creates a feedback loop that further elevates your energy levels. You become a magnet for success because your body, mind, and spirit are all aligned toward progress. Many people underestimate the connection between their morning energy and the opportunities they encounter throughout the day. They fail to see that a sluggish start limits their ability to influence outcomes and build relationships. But those who learn to harness and direct their energy early understand it as a vital resource, one that must be managed, protected, and invested wisely. In essence, energy is the currency of opportunity. The more you cultivate and bring into your day from the moment you wake, the more your life will reflect the abundance you seek. Your morning is the natural time to prime this energy, making it your greatest ally in the pursuit of success and fulfillment. Every morning presents a fresh opportunity, a blank canvas on which you paint the story of your day and ultimately your life. The choices you make in those first moments set in motion a powerful chain of events, fueled by purpose, mental dominance, routine, auto-suggestion, intentional tone, and vibrant energy. By taking command of your morning, you do more than control a few hours. You lay the foundation for lasting success and fulfillment. Remember, it is not chance that shapes your future, but the deliberate actions and mindset you cultivate when the world is still quiet and your mind is clear. Embrace the power of your morning, for it truly decides who you become and what you achieve.